Do, 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 do. Okay, let's see what we've got. It's our first live back here on Facebook. We've had a fun morning. As many of you know, I've been away for a couple of weeks doing a sound meditation training in Bali. So not only am I kind of like just really getting back into the swing of things here, um, YouTube was just being a pain this morning. We weren't sure if we was getting audio through. So I've not been loving the YouTube live experience. So we've decided, I think at this point, and I'll be letting everyone know, that I'm going to come back onto Facebook Live for these Monday meditations. The reason we went off, yay, hey Carrie, well done. You are just nailing this online experience right now. So the reason I went over to YouTube to do the lives was because Facebook was going to be starting to get rid of their lives after 30 days, and they are still doing that, which means you won't be able to store these Facebook lives on here like we did before, and just scroll through and see as many as you want. Now, because they're getting rid of them after 30 days, you'll just have 4 probably at any one time. Surprising yourself, now in it. So that's fine. I think we're going to come back on here. It's just not fun not being able to interact in the same way on YouTube. So I think we're going to let everybody know that we're going to be back here for our lives, but I will upload them onto YouTube so that if you want to watch replays once they get lost off of here, they will be on YouTube as sort of like a bit of a storage thing. So you can see them there, and then obviously the rest of the world can see them on there as well, which we have had some really cool watches and some really cool interactions and messages from people all over the world saying that they love their meditations, which is great. I get little messages coming through on my email and stuff. Yeah, and we had been uploading them for a while. I had been uploading them for a little while onto YouTube, just sort of quietly. But I think that's really our solution because it's more fun over here, I think, isn't it, Kerry? Yeah, I reckon it's more fun. So we need to let everyone know. We'll do that and get everyone back over here. So today, of course, interestingly, is actually around the power of your word again. We do these 2 meditations. So this week, it's been like 2 or 3 weeks, like I say, since we did activating the power of your word and working with a suprasternal notch and feeling the sound here. So if you haven't done that part 1 and you're watching this at some point later, please go back and do that part 1. It'd be amazing. It's on YouTube. There might be some old ones. I don't know if Facebook are deleting all of the old Facebook lives or just the ones since they made the changes. So maybe I'll have to dig in and go and have a look for that. Anyway, today we're going to work with a Saraswati mantra. And Saraswati is an aspect of the divine feminine, and she's an aspect of, creation that really lends her power and activates your power on the power of your word and the power of insight and intention and creativity and just language as a whole and expression and music. So, perfect to be sharing this after spending 2 weeks deep diving into sound medicine and really working on all sorts of different sort of global and healing instruments and the frequencies and harmonics within those, but particularly the voice. And what we learned is that out of any instrument, your voice is the most powerful instrument. Now, what does that mean? It means the frequency and the overtones, like the harmonics that come off of your voice, so the vibration has the most powerful effect on cellular healing. When they've done studies, I can't remember the names of the people that have done those studies right now, but the studies that have been done, particularly on blood cells, and the effect of sound and music on those cells are the most potent when those sounds come from the human voice. Just let that sink in for a moment, that your voice has the greatest power to heal. So one could also say that your voice has the greatest power to do harm. So this meditation today is about activating your voice for the power of good. Because if we are not conscious of how we are speaking, then the words that we utter won't have the highest effect, right? We could be creating unhealthy waves through our everyday speech. Now we know this, but to understand it on a greater level, that it is not just having a mental effect, and not to minimize the mental, because we know how powerful that inner voice is in hijacking us, in limiting us, in debilitating our energy, our self-worth, right? Our reason to be. So it's not just affecting our mental. Your voice can affect your physical. So if you are constantly telling yourself something that isn't supportive, then you could be literally creating unhealthy cells. So doesn't it make sense that you want to be not only intentional about your language, but also start doing those affirmations out loud? Now, those of you that have worked with me know that I am always encouraging you to read out your affirmations out loud. I encourage you, when you write your I ams, or as the highest expression of myself, journaling and speed writing, that you read them out, because you affirming the awesomeness of who you are and the expression of your highest self in audible sound creates another vibrational frequency. It does create within you when you say it in your mind or you read it, but there's a whole new layer of frequency that is missing if you don't say it out loud. And there are many times when we just say fairly neutral things. So it just seems to make sense to really spend some time putting potency and strong intent and beauty and positivity out in the world through powerful affirmations. Yeah? So I'm going to ask you to follow up this meditation today with some speed writing journaling on, as the highest expression of myself, I ... I am. As the highest, do I ams present. As the highest expression of myself, I am. And spend, put a little bit of time on your clock and spend 3 minutes, 5 minutes on speed journaling that. And then reading it out loud. And that's the kind of thing that you could read out for yourself every single day. Because don't you have unhelpful thoughts going around most days? You have to learn to step in, be your own savior, be your own pattern interrupter, to not only stop or hijack those unhelpful thoughts, but circumvent them, put something else in that is potent, that is powerful, that is activating, that is energizing, that is regenerative for your mind, but as we know now, for your cells, for cellular health, for well-being. Powerful, powerful stuff. So when we come into mantra and meditation and we focus our intent, then we also elevate the positive impact, and we spend this time just focusing on that. So what is your intent? just press the mute button. What is your intent? Let our intent be that I purify, I uplift, I activate, I heal with my word. I become more conscious of my word and only use my word for the highest good. Now you might have, a slightly tweaked version of that because you know yourself, you know your patterns, your good patterns and your not so helpful patterns, the patterns that have served you thus far and the ones you want to change. So I want you to spend a moment right now feeling what that is intent, that potent intent is for you, so that when we drop in, and something else might come through then, but you can be really clear on that. Take a moment. Take a moment. What is your intent? And if you're just jumping on with this, we are feeling into our intent around the power of our word right now. Because your words and your intention and the frequency that you put out through sound is the most powerful healer, and therefore can also go the opposite way. We want to use our voice for the power of good. And then our mantra today is Om Aim Saraswateyei Namaha. Om Aim Saraswateyei Namaha. I will write that in the comments, but I wanted to jump on here real quick after our collapse through YouTube. Om Aim Saraswateyei Namaha. And this activates the power of your word. And we're going to do a little bit of embodiment practice to open up the throat. When I was in Bali these last couple of weeks, what was so amazing was the international community that comes to Bali. So on the training, there were people from all over the world. It's a relatively small, beautiful group, but there were people from all over the world, mostly women. There's only one guy in the training and the guy leading the training. But what was so apparent was how many of those women really had a problem with activating their voice. Now, we know this is one of the greatest wounds of the feminine. I've worked with it in hundreds, if not thousands of women now in the Be a Beacon program and all of the events and programs that I've run over the years and all of my singing groups. But to see it so boldly, so plainly across the board, and obviously, with some cultures where it's even more paramount as an issue, was quite another smack in the face, quite another wide awake moment to go, oh my gosh, this is still such a thing for women. Even though as women we have come so far out of the suppression, we still have a lot of work to do. And when you work on your voice, even if you are coming from a fairly liberated place, when you work on your voice, you work across the field of consciousness to uplift every woman and to unlock the right for every woman to have a voice, and to unlock the power and potency and belief in their voice. So we're going to do Granthi Mudra, which is a mudra for unlocking any kind of blocks or locks or knots in your voice. Om Aim Saraswateyei Namaha. And I'm going to take you through some breathing. So I'll take you through that and a little bit of embodiment work. All right. All right. So closing your eyes with your clear intention for the power of your word. Resting your hands in Granthi Mudra. Let's close your eyes and feel what is here for you around your voice. What's coming up for you? Just let yourself feel that. As you listen into your world, welcoming your surroundings, welcoming all of you to this moment. Feeling your body right here, right now, feeling the weight of your body, becoming aware of your skin, the sensation of your clothes. Noticing where your body is connecting to the earth, whether it's through the chair or perhaps there are your feet or your legs, or you're connecting with the earth. But however you are connected, feel your roots going down deep into the earth. Connected to and drawing from this unconditional love of the great mother energy of our beautiful, ever-present earth. Feel your body relaxing into that support. And feel your pelvic floor relax. Feel your pelvic floor relax and let go. As women, we spend a lot of time holding our bellies in, holding our breath, holding our voice. Relax your pelvic floor. Even those women who maybe have issues with pelvic floor weakness, a lot of it can be just because we're holding and we sort of get stuck in the holding. We can't fully activate the closure and the lift of activating the muscles fully, and we can't fully relax. So we have to learn to fully relax the pelvic floor before we can fully activate. But feel the relaxation in your pelvic floor right now. Because your throat and your cervix have a mirror. When one is contracted, the other is contracted. So we're going to feel into relaxing deep inside your body. I want you to feel it as a relaxation of your pelvic floor, and then imagine the neck of your cervix. Once you've relaxed your pelvic floor, and with each breath, can you relax a little bit more? Relax a little bit more. And then imagine your cervix and your throat in your cervical area. See, they even named the same, the cervix and the cervical, or cervical and cervical. Imagine that there are two circles here, because there are two circles, but imagine and visualize two circles at your cervix and at your throat. And when you imagine those circles, visualize those circles relaxing and gently opening and broadening. And it might help to have a visual of like dropping a pebble in a pond and seeing the ripples slowly flowing out. Imagine those ripples in your cervix and in your throat. And with a relaxed breath, just continue to feel those ripples expanding in your throat and in your cervix. Visualize those ripples extending out, your throat broadening, relaxing, your cervix broadening, relaxing, your pelvic floor relaxing. And in this opening, place your intention. Not only is it right and good that you activate the power of your word, that you liberate your voice. Not only that, but it is imperative that you bring your highest intention to your voice for healing for yourself, your family, and the planet, all beings. Drop your intention into that powerful pond at your throat and in your cervix. And then let's bring in the resonant frequency of Om Aim Saraswateyei Namaha. And remember, the mantra shakes you, vibrates you into the frequency of that which it describes. And Saraswati is the highest creator, the creator through sound and expression and song and music and beauty. Om Aim Saraswateyei Namaha. Repeat with me. Om Aim Saraswateyei Namaha. 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 Take that internally. Continue with the mantra, your inner voice, for a few more rounds. And then let go of the mantra and notice how you are resonating. Notice how you feel. And keeping the lower part of your body nice and relaxed, still letting your pelvic floor be soft. Bring your full attention now to your throat area, front and back. And a diamond light. Visualize a diamond, a multifaceted diamond at the very center of your throat. And this diamond is slowly just rotating. And the light coming off of this diamond is in every direction, and it's tinged with this such a clear cerulean blue. And you can feel these rays of diamond light piercing, gleaming, piercing through any stagnancy, unlocking any limitations. And coming into your Ujaii breath, creating that ocean-like sound. Visualize a waterfall of radiant light pouring from above, pouring down through your crown chakra, turning your inner gaze up to watch this waterfall of crystalline radiant light pouring down from the light of your highest self, your oversoul, into your crown and into your throat, through the center of your head, into your neck, and activating your throat. And as your throat receives this waterfall of light, this diamond light, this crystalline light, gets even brighter. And you feel a peace just wash over you. Your whole being. Receiving this waterfall of light through your crown, pouring onto this beautiful diamond that is gently rotating in your throat, sending out its healing, activating rays of light, emitting potent qualities of peace. Because without peace, there is no true voice. Peace is the platform on which your healing voice can be broadcast. Feel this spaciousness, this radiance of your throat, your voice, that doesn't need to defend or protect. That doesn't need to judge. That is a clear, pure light of loving discernment, of upliftment, of speaking your truth. Of encouragement for yourself and others, of empowerment, the voice, your voice of liberation, a voice of beauty, melody, and joy. Let's take these last few moments just feeling the potency of the energy at your throat and clarifying the feeling of the intention of how you want to bring your voice to the world. What does that look like? What does it feel like? Can you visualize it? Sense it? Taste it? And then taking a deeper breath in and out. Uniting this feeling in with the rest of your body, full body awareness now. But acutely aware of this, any sensation in your throat, any emotion, any feelings. And as you connect back in with the rest of your body, take some time to sustain this awareness of what's happening here in your throat as you open your eyes. This is a really important moment as you open your eyes, not to lose the sensation, not to shut it down and push it away. And then just have a little look around you. Notice how this meditation sort of now has you looking through new eyes somewhat. Often when we open our eyes, there can be more clarity. I'm feeling more clarity, more sharpness to everything. What does it feel like for you? And I have a warmth and a humming sensation, all around my throat, not just at the front, but at the back. I just brushed my fingers in on my neck. I have a sort of hypersensitivity. Everything feels like there's more clarity, more lightness, deep sense of peace. Yeah? So powerful. If you can take this through your day and magnify it even more through the power of your intention, or at least sustain it a little bit. Let me know how you're feeling. Remember the power of your word. When you put words out, when you lay claim to what you're feeling through your word, maybe as you type it, say it out loud. I know we can't hear you, but you can hear you. To tell us how you're feeling, you sort of anchor that in the world. You make it more real by giving voice to it. And I just want to say hello here to Amanda Braun, who found us on Facebook as well. Good morning, beautiful. How is your throat feeling? How are you feeling in this moment? And again, this is a great meditation to do every day because you heighten your awareness, you heighten your sensation, you heighten your connection to this part of your body. And for women, it carries probably some of the greatest challenges, in history and in society. Renewal, care, refresh, soft, beautiful, right? So we all have slightly different flavors of what is coming through for us. I'd love to hear what you're feeling, Amanda, if you're still with us. Love that. And I'll come back on and check these messages as we go along. And if you ever have any questions about the meditation, or you can always tag me in a comment, and that means Facebook is more likely to let me know. I don't always see all of the comments because sometimes there's just too many for Facebook to keep up with to let you know, or for them to bother to tell you. But if you tag me or you send me a message, but tagging me is here because if you have a message that you're happy for everyone else to see and you tag me, I can answer here, and that might help someone else later. Otherwise, you can always reach out. And I'm going to be coming into voice activation in a couple of weeks on the 12th of April, just 2 weeks from now. I'm going to be sharing our prana song event, or my prana song event, up in Mullaney at Mullaney Yoga Shed again. So this is a beautiful combination of the pranayama, activation of your energy through yogic breath work and mantra and music and my original songs, which are infused with incredible energy, using the power of your voice through mantra, and some of the beautiful soundscapes that I've been creating through the loop station. So really, really beautiful, really, really fun, uplifting, healing, connecting. That's April the 12th, Mullaney Yoga Shed. The event is up on my pages. So I'd love to see any of you there. Otherwise, have a fantastic week. I'm glad we got happening eventually today. Great to see some of you, and I look forward to connecting back in here again. So we are going to be staying here on Facebook, and then I will be storing them on YouTube so that after that month with Facebook, they will be going to be taken off after a month. They're only going to stay 30 days on Facebook, unfortunately, now with the lives, but I will upload them onto YouTube so that you can watch replays there as well for as long as you want. All right, beautiful souls, have a fantastic week. Take the beauty and the power and the healing capacity of your voice out into the world for the highest good of all, and I will see you next time. Much love.